For 30 years, Johnny Carson sat behind the same desk and absorbed every kind of guest you can imagine. Drunks, dictators, movie stars on their last legs, and every once in a while, the desk became a war zone.
I have been smothered in whiskey, and it is whiskey. And it is whiskey.
Stop the taping. Somebody broke my cigarette box.
But these jokes about me will stop, and they'll stop now, or I will kick your ass.
You seem to be
try to make me sound a lot weird, and
Yeah.
I'm strong.
Here are 10 times guests stormed off of Johnny Carson's, starting with the only on-air drink dumping in the entire 30-year run. Shelley Winters dumps a drink on Oliver Reed. September 1975, British actor Oliver Reed walks onto The Tonight Show to promote burnt offerings. He's drunk and he's making jokes about Hitler, and Shelley Winters is sitting next to him watching it happen.
And this is the first time we've had him on the show, or at least we've had a chance to meet. Would you welcome, please, Oliver Reed?
Reed launched into a rambling monologue about Americans being intimidated by the British. He started working on the women in the audience. Shelley tried to cut in, but he didn't let her.
Most Americans, and I've said that on the show before, seem to be intimidated by English people in general. They feel a little, I guess, insecure. I don't know.
No, most of them, you see, we made love to.
Most of them.
I would have remembered.
You've forgotten.
Then Reed pivots into the territory that breaks Shelley Winters. He starts giving his opinion on women's liberation. He says women belong in the kitchen and that Shakespeare wasn't a woman. And Carson tries to keep the segment moving.
The women in England are quite good. They're always in the kitchen, so you can't hear them when they shout.
You think that's where they should be, huh?
When you ever go to a hotel and find the chef is a woman, madam?
I think
Shakespeare wasn't a bird, madam. And neither's Johnny.
I think if they paid women in the kitchen as much as they pay chefs in hotels, women...
Shelley Winters has had enough. She gets up and walks off the set. The cameras hold on Reed and Carson, and then, 3 minutes later, Shelley Winters comes back from the green room carrying a glass of whiskey, and she dumps it directly over Oliver Reed's head.
I have been smothered in whiskey, and it is whiskey. And it is whiskey. I can taste it. Pays no cause to the lady. There are going to be a lot of people on this program that will laugh at that.
Reed sits there dripping whiskey down his face. Carson, for the only time in 30 years on the air, has just witnessed an actual physical assault on his couch. And his recovery line is one of the cleanest deadpans of his entire career.
It'll stay here until it dries.
I hope you just lick it off. If Ed was here, he'd help you clean up.
While Shelley Winters dumped a drink, this next confrontation happened 12 years earlier, and the tape no longer exists. Zsa Zsa Gabor versus Marlon Brando. May 15, 1963. Marlon Brando is at the absolute peak of his fame. Zsa Zsa Gabor is promoting a face cream. They're both sitting on Carson's couch. Brando comes out drunk on champagne, and he proceeds to humiliate Zsa Zsa Gabor on national television. NBC wiped the tape. The footage is gone forever, but Zsa Zsa Gabor remembered every word and recorded her version of events on camera.
At the time I was married to Herbert Hattner, and I was invited to be on The Tonight Show with Marlon Brando. Marlon marched in on the set, somber and handsome and looking like a wonderful horse. He has a horse's face, a good horse's face.
She describes him drinking glass after glass of cold water that she says smelled like vodka. Then he leans across the couch and says to Carson the line that ended Zsa Zsa's appearance.
He turned to Johnny Carson and said to him, "I don't understand why Zsa Zsa has to open her mouth with those b****s." He drank another glass of water. He says to Johnny Carson, "You know what you have to do with a girl like Zsa Zsa? You have to f*** her." Then he looked at me and said, "You know, Zsa Zsa, a man can only do one thing with you," and used that word again.
The audience laughs, and Zsa Zsa is mortified. Carson, off the cuff, has to manage the most powerful actor in Hollywood being openly hostile to his other guest. And Zsa Zsa got up and walked off. The next morning, her mother called from New York to ask how she could be on television with such a truck driver. The Library of Congress holds the audio. The video is gone forever. While Zsa Zsa walked off in 1963, this next confrontation was a comedic walk-off that became Carson legend. Rosemarie walks off. August 14th, 1969. Carson is interviewing Rosemarie, the legendary Dick Van Dyke show star. He decides to make a joke about how long she's been in show business. He overshoots. He says she's been in the business longer than anyone. The whole panel groans.
I would imagine Rosemarie probably was in show business before any of us. No, what I meant was, no, you misunderstand. She started at an earlier age than any of us. Actually, it's only 12, 13 years ago, but she started when she was 3, is what I meant by that. The words just tumbled out there, helter-skelter.
Rosemarie comes out. She's furious. Or she's pretending to be. Carson can't tell, even the audience can't tell.
I was saying that you started at the earliest age of any of us in show business. What?
What did he say? You're my friend. What did he say?
I said I did
Show business longer than any of them.
and I, of course, didn't mean that. I meant that you started at an earlier possible age.
Then Rosemarie does something Carson has never seen a guest do. She gets up, she says, okay, and walks off the set. The audience freezes. Then Debbie Reynolds walks off. Then John Biner walks off. Then George Lindsay walks off. Then Ed McMahon walks off. Carson is left alone at the desk on national television.
Jeez, I thought they'd never leave. Anyway, how much time do we have? 43 minutes. Okay, it's time to play Stump the Band.
Carson, alone at the desk, stares into the camera and asks how much show is left. 43 minutes. He has 43 minutes. And the most polished host in late night television does the only thing he can do. He starts a striptease to the stripper while the band plays. While Rosemarie walked off in 1969, this next confrontation was the only time Carson literally invaded another show on the same network. Johnny Raid's Don Rickles' set, December 14th, 1976. Carson is back from a vacation. Bob Newhart had been guest hosting. Carson sits down at the desk and notices the wooden cigarette box he had kept on that desk since 1962 has been broken. Don Rickles, on the show the night before, had used it as a rubber stamp during an immigration agent bit. He'd cracked the lid.
What the hell happened to this? You know how long I've had this cigarette box on this desk?
You brought that up from New York City?
Carson is told that Rickles is taping CPO Sharkey on the next soundstage at NBC right now. And Carson, mid-show on national television, does something he had never done in 14 years of hosting Tonight.
He's taping across the hall. CPO Shark.
Can I get over there?
He gets up, he grabs a microphone, he grabs a cameraman, he marches off his own stage. The cameras follow him live. He doesn't knock, he doesn't ask. He kicks open the door of the CPO Sharkey set mid-take and storms in front of Rickles' own audience.
I don't give a around here. Rickles! Hold! Stop the taping! Stop the taping! Somebody broke my cigarette. I just started the show. I picked my box up off my desk that I've had for 9 years. My box is broken.
Rickles freezes. He stammers. He sweats. He apologizes. He tries to recover with the polished stage move, gesturing to his audience and announcing the host of The Tonight Show. And Carson kills him with a single line.
Well, I really... You big dummy!
No, but I'm sorry about the box.
Well, so
I will come up with something.
Johnny Carson, they know who I am. Okay, wait a minute. Why do you always do that, Johnny Carson?
Both audiences scream. Rickles confirmed years later in the New York Times that the entire raid was unscripted. While Carson invaded Rickles' set, this next confrontation happened entirely off camera, in Carson's own NBC office. Wayne Newton confronts Carson in his office, late 1970s. Wayne Newton is one of the biggest entertainers in Las Vegas. He has done the Carson show many times. Then Carson starts running monologue jokes, questioning Newton's masculinity, calling him gay. Newton tries to handle it through the proper channels. He calls Carson's agents. He calls Carson's manager. He calls Carson's attorney. Nothing changes, so Newton does what no other guest had ever done. He goes to NBC Burbank and he walks into Carson's office unannounced.
You had a rough time, did you not, with Johnny Carson?
I did.
Because he made fun of you too much?
He was in that humor, questioning my masculinity.
Implying you would...
Yes, he was. And
Did you call him, or...?
I called his agents, I called his manager, I called his attorney. I went through probably a year and a half.
Newton walks into the office. Fred DeCordova, Carson's producer, is sitting with him. Newton looks at DeCordova and asks him to leave. DeCordova does. And then Newton looks at Carson, alone in the office, and delivers the line that he had spent a year and a half rehearsing in his head.
And I said to Mr. Carson, I said, I don't know what friend of yours I've killed, I don't know what child of yours I've hurt, but these jokes about me will stop, and they'll stop now, or I will kick your ass. It doesn't.
Carson stammers. He tells Newton he's his biggest fan. Newton tells him to stop with that crap. The jokes about Wayne Newton, for 30 years, the most impersonated entertainer of late-night monologues, stopped that day.
I'm going to say something I've never said on television, Mr. King. Johnny Carson was a mean-spirited human being.
While Wayne Newton confronted Carson in private, this next guest had the most watched late-night kick in television history, but it didn't happen on Carson at all. The Crispin Glover myth, July 28, 1987, the most famous late-night kick of all time, happens on national television. Crispin Glover, wearing platform shoes and a wig, challenges David Letterman to an arm wrestling match. Letterman declines. Glover stands up, and Glover throws a karate kick that comes inches from Letterman's face. Most viewers, decades later, remember this happening on Carson. It did not.
Can I tell you, because the press, they can do things, they can twist things around, and
You seem to be distraught.
They don't.
You seem to be
People try
distraught.
to make me sound a lot weird, and
Yeah.
I'm strong. I can kick.
Okay,
Hey,
I'm going to go check on the top 10.
That's Letterman. In 1987, walking off his own show, Crispin Glover did appear on Carson. 2 months earlier, May 14th, 1987, he came on to promote Back to the Future. He brought Carson a homemade volcano. He played I Want to Hold Your Hand on it. He was perfectly polite.
Crispin, how are you?
Well, fine, thank you, fine.
Good to meet you.
Well, nice to meet you too.
Thank you. You were good in that picture.
But it plays music. It plays. See, there's a little hand here.
Right.
It plays. I wanna. Well, it plays the music, and see, there's a little hand here, and lava comes out.
Two completely different shows, two completely different appearances. The kick on Letterman is the moment everyone remembers. The Carson appearance is the moment nobody does. While the famous Carson kick wasn't actually a Carson moment, this next misremembered moment is one almost everyone gets wrong. Madonna's talk show Virgin Carson, not the F-bomb Letterman. June 9th, 1987. Madonna walks onto Johnny Carson's couch in a black bustier. She's been the biggest pop star in America for 4 years. She's avoided every single talk show on television. And she's chosen Carson, a 61-year-old Midwestern host, for her first ever sit-down interview.
How are you? It's nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Now that is a nice outfit.
Thank you.
The internet remembers Madonna's most censored late-night appearance. The 14 F-bombs, the refusal to leave, the chaos. That happened on Letterman, March 31st, 1994, not Carson. Madonna's actual Carson appearance was the opposite. She walked out and confessed.
I don't. This is the first talk show I've ever done.
Really? Can I ask you? How come?
No, I don't feel uncomfortable. I don't know. I never thought about doing that. But I figured if I was going to present myself as a virgin to anyone, it should be weird.
Carson laughs. The audience screams. The most controlled provocateur in pop music has just disarmed the most controlled host in late night with a single confession. Not a confrontation, a surrender. The Letterman storm off is the one everyone remembers. The Carson surrender is the one almost nobody does. While Madonna disarmed Carson with a confession, this next guest tried to disarm him with comedy. Jerry Lewis, mid-career comeback, March 1984. Jerry Lewis has done over 80 appearances on The Tonight Show. He's been a guest. He's guest hosted 52 times, a record. He's family. And he comes back on the show to promote a film called Slapstick of Another Kind with Madeline Kahn. Carson is preparing for what he expects to be the same Jerry Lewis America had loved for 30 years.
Jerry Lewis has been entertaining audiences all over the world since he was a little teeny boy. And he's still a little teeny boy.
Jerry walks out. He's quiet. He's slow. The persona is gone. Carson tries to redirect him. Jerry pivots into the Legion of Honor he just received from France. He starts lecturing Carson on French history.
Yeah, last time we did the show, I was laid back and cool, and people write, it's a confusion. We're used to the craziness.
Yeah.
You have Madame Curie, a great pathologist, And now you get Jerry Lewis.
Carson tries to stay on his side. Jerry corrects him on every detail. Did he get a luncheon? No, a dinner. Did he sit at a grill? No, it's a dining place. Pay attention. The audience starts to feel the tension.
Not like a luncheonette, I mean?
No, it's for dinner. Will you pay attention?
Certainly.
For Christ's
We said
sakes,
the
how do you
grill, you
hold
mean-
on to a show?
You're talking about... I understand.
We go in there and we eat. And we're dressed with black tie and we're eating. It's nighttime, all right?
Carson laughs to break the tension. The audience laughs, but the dynamic has shifted. According to Mark Malkoff's 2025 book Love, Johnny Carson, the actual breaking point for the Carson-Lewis relationship came off stage when a Tonight Show cue card man told Carson that Jerry had been verbally abusive while guest hosting. Carson banned him on the spot. While Jerry Lewis was the slow burn confrontation, this next guest was the fast burn one, George Peppard's mustache standoff. Late 1970s, George Peppard walks onto Carson's stage to promote Damnation Alley. He has a strange penciled-in mustache for a military role. Carson opens with a mild observation about the mustache. Peppard takes it as an attack.
You didn't have this little tumbleweed before when you were here, did you?
No, actually.
Is that for the eyes?
Lately
That's
I've
for
been
the
waking
picture. I
up
can't
and-
imagine you growing that to look good. Oh, look, I do this to him all the time. You know.
No, I do know, John, and it's nice to be back on a quality show. But sometimes I wake up at night and I think somebody's been growing hair.
Peppard tries to demonstrate his southern accent for the role. He tells Carson he just did a southern accent. Carson hadn't noticed. Peppard insists. Carson is incredulous.
Yes, I do. And Jan Michael Vincent plays the other officer. We
What's
disagree.
the southern accent like?
Well, John, I just did the southern accent. You weren't listening yet.
Oh, I didn't hear it. 4 years in acting class for yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. I mean,
And another 3 years at Strasbourg.
okay. Anyway, you're on the
Let
way.
me do a southern accent.
Peppard recovers. The bit lands. Carson moves on. According to Mark Malkoff's book, an earlier Peppard appearance, May 2nd, 1975, with Paul Williams, escalated into actual mayhem. The 90-minute tape exists at the Paley Center for Media in New York. It has never been uploaded online. While George Peppard sparred with Carson, this final confrontation was Carson absorbing pure chaos. The Bert Reynolds shaving cream attack, September 26, 1974. Comedian Dom DeLuise had just covered Carson and his desk in raw eggs from a kitchen magic trick gone wrong. Carson, covered in yolk, calls for the next guest. Bert Reynolds walks out. He sees the chaos. He looks at Carson, and he grabs a can of shaving cream off the desk.
I just looked at myself. That's the worst skin condition I've ever seen in my life. See, once you start squeezing them, this is what...
Oh, yeah.
Very bad.
You stop touching yourself, you
Well, you certainly arrived on a wonderful night.
Yes, it was. It was a good night.
Knowing your sense of humor.
Bert sprays Carson down. Carson grabs his own can. The two coat each other on national television. The Tonight Show desk, usually one of the most controlled set pieces in late night, is now a war zone of dairy and foam.
Knowing your sense of humor, I didn't know what you were gonna do when you walked out. I didn't know it was gonna be that.
Excuse me.
That's nothing new, is it? No. Just freshen up there a little bit.
Like high school.
Reynolds keeps escalating. He starts mocking Carson's leather suit. He starts mocking his own giggle. By the end of the segment, both men are smeared, laughing, and have completely lost the polished talk show format.
Now stop that silly laugh. You're a grown man. How can you be a symbol with that kind of a cackle? You can't come on here in a leather suit and then go, hey. Come on. She should be going, hey, that's funny. That's better. You don't do that. You go, you giggle.
No, it's my fault.
Reynolds did this exact bit again 20 years later, on Mark Summers' set on a different Tonight Show. And that time it wasn't friendly. He hit Mark Summers with a pie. The Carson version was the one that worked. Foam everywhere. No real anger. The polished host completely defaced. The most controlled desk in late night television. Briefly, a complete wreck. Which just goes to show, Johnny Carson hosted 4,531 episodes episodes of The Tonight Show. He sat behind the same desk for 30 years. And the storm-offs everyone thinks they remember mostly didn't happen on Carson. The kick was Letterman. The F-bombs were Letterman. The Wayne Newton confrontation was in an office. Most of the lost ones never came back from the tape vaults. What's left, the ones that survived, are a drink poured over a drunk Brit's head, a sitcom set raided for a broken cigarette box, and a comedian who walked off and took the whole panel with her. The clips outlive the legends. And they're still the only proof anybody needs that even the most composed man in American television had a desk that every once in a while became a war zone.